virtually, and all of the ways that you've contributed to the community this month. We have a few speakers
said that fear doesn't build the future, but hope does. And for many people, former Vice President Leni Robredo served as the hope that there will be a better tomorrow. As a symbol of hope, she was able to keep the passion to fight for what's right in many people's hearts alive. The past several years have not been easy, but despite all the adversities and challenges that were thrown her way, she remained resilient and continued to spread hope across the nation. The water was cold. As a woman of color, it is truly inspiring to see someone like Leni as not just a leader, but a role model to many. It's not important what you look like or where you came from, but what truly matters is having a vision for change and the courage to fight for it. As a Filipino immigrant, I hold the Philippines very dear to my heart, so I would like to extend my gratitude to former Vice President Leni for never giving up on the Philippines and for loving the country and its people with all her heart. Thank you, Leni, for the opportunity to learn from you, and I'm sure everyone else feels the same. As they say, time is one of the greatest gifts you could give someone, and I will always cherish. I can't speak. And I will always cherish the time spent with you. I hope you had an amazing time here, and I look forward to what you have in store for us in the future. Thank you. Yay!
Inspirational figure, not just for Philippines, but all of us at Harvard. You stand for dignity in the face of indecency, democracy in the face of authoritarianism, and constitutionalism against arbitrariness. We admire you for your sense of fairness and justice, and resolve against the most vicious attacks seen by anyone. I personally admire you for your belief in institutions and the power of the people, and your willingness to sacrifice. I mean, by refusing to contest the election results, you've become an example for all future elections. And usually people become statespersons when they're in government, but you've become a statesperson while you're in opposition. And you've influenced us all to fight the good fight for the values of democracy, truth and justice. So, you understand correctly that people in fledgling democracies need not just good winners, but also good losers. And you're willing to trust the system and handhold it to help it evolve. And that is something that we all need in the global south.
Because I'm taking a column writing class in HKS. And I thought about writing a column called The Leni Robredo Effect. I know it's a very tacky title. This is still a draft. But I'm shamefully using this afternoon as a forcing mechanism to get a column done and submit it. It was apt to share it this afternoon. Obviously, ma'am, feedback is obviously welcome. I have just the draft. So you can edit this. The Leni Robredo Effect. Around a decade ago, there was an inspiring wave of young people entering the government in the Philippines. The call to action was thematically simple, born out of a common frustration from the idealistic youth. If you want to change the government, join it. I was one of these idealists. I rolled up my sleeves and joined the government. There is a lot to say about my brief time there, but the biggest gift that experience gave me was an inspiring list of role models. Hold the line. But here this afternoon, there is also much to say about what Leni Robredo means for people like me. Filipinos who have struggled with the choice of temporarily leaving the country when our country probably needed us most. Filipinos who have observed her journey from a frustratingly far distance. Filipinos who perpetually struggle with the change we can possibly make back home, with or without a Harvard degree. When the news came out that Leni was appointed as a Hauser Leader, my social media platforms went abuzz. Thankfully, for good reasons. An electric feeling pervaded the Filipino community here. Friends started to ask, what does this mean? Will she be there? How long will she be there? Is she teaching a class? Will you take the class? Oh my God, we should take it. Should we have dinner with her? Can we have dinner with her? Oh my God, which restaurant should we take her to? I guess even if we were away from home, the Leni Robredo effect rang true in our hearts. The lesson is that she exudes this in a very unassuming, humble, and sincere manner. Yes, her office had consecutive years of the highest audit ratings for her entire term. Yes, despite limited resources, her office was able to uplift thousands of lives at the fringes of Philippine society. Yes, she has mobilized millions of volunteers through the pandemic and through her inspiring campaign. And yes, while she may have lost the election, she has won the hearts and minds of people around the world. And today, she is here with us in Harvard to share her story, to share our story. In a world that often dilutes the significance of our country halfway across the globe, Leni's presence here, and if I may add, perfectly timed after Maria Reza's presence here last year, is for me a very stark signal that we are sending. That the Filipino story matters, that the world is listening, and that we will start doing something about it. While I am not the appointed spokesperson of all the Filipinos here today,
Make sure to get one picture with the three of us. Yes. She didn't know any of this was happening. Thank you so much for the many weeks that you've spent with us, sharing in many ways, and by the remarks you can see that how deeply you've touched everyone in the community. This is nothing compared to what you've given us, but I just wanted to give you a little bit, a small gift, and if you'd like to say a few words, that's fine. If not, we can get back to partying. But here, please.
Just one request, if I can have a picture of everyone.
Yeah, sure. We
I'll take it. Bye, ma'am.